Hello and welcome to Morningstar. I'm Jocelyn, Jovéne, and today I'm joined by Paul Griffin. He's the co-portfolio manager of the Schroder ISF European Special Situations Fund. Paul, thanks for being here.
No, pleasure to be here.
Okay, so the first thing I wanted to know is what's your perspective for European equities in 2018? What will be the key driver for the market in your opinion?
Sure, well, European equities have got to a point that we've had a long period where markets have been driven by a re-rating, i.e. the multiple on the market has lifted quite to quite a large extent. Now, I think what drives markets from here is continued earnings recovery. We've already seen an element of that in 2017, but what has to drive markets further into 18, I think, is continued earnings momentum and recovery. I think you're seeing it in parts of continental Europe in particular. There's sort of optimism around some renewed spend, both from a consumer and a corporate industrial point of view. And I think that's what will continue to keep investors confident that Europe can move higher.
Okay. One of the key drivers of the last few years has been growth stocks, and investors have been a lot of very large interest for growth stocks. But there can be also some sort of style rotation towards more value. How will your fund perform in such an environment? There's rotation style towards value.
Yeah, there's no doubt that our fund tends to struggle in the short term when there's a sharp rotation in the market. We've seen a couple of those in the last 2 or 3 years, and these typically are very short-lived and are very sharp in their acceleration. And it tends to be a sort of stocks with a very low price to book tend to rally very sharply. We saw one of them in Q4 of 16. But I think what we've been very careful in doing as fund managers in the last 3 or 4 years, there's no doubt that we have a quality growth tilt or bias to our fund, but we've been very disciplined in terms of our valuation approach. Where we've been looking for new businesses to allocate new capital, or rather capital to new businesses, we've been looking for quality franchises, businesses with good growth momentum, excellent management teams and in good market positions, but where the valuations are quite supportive. And there's been a number of new stocks gone into our fund in the last 6 months, for example, that are actually trading on valuations below the market.
So one of your key holdings have been performing very well this year. So yeah. I wonder, you want still to hold those
sure.
stocks, and where you find new ideas now?
The constant job, I suppose, of a fund manager is to make sure that you don't hold on to stale positions, and you can be sure that those top 3, 4 names in the portfolio who've done very, very well, we're looking at very, very closely. But in the main, we're very confident still in their prospects. We think the valuations are still very supportive and that they should continue to be good drivers of fund performance going forwards. There have been some names where we've taken profits and pushed down the portfolio to fund some of these new ideas coming through. But we're very, very confident that notwithstanding some very strong moves from some of the top holdings, they've still got very good prospects going forwards.
Okay, well, thank you very much.
Okay, thank you.
For Morningstar, I'm Jocelyn, Jovéne. Thanks for watching.